Welcome back to a special edition of the Jedi Archives. I am one half of the current Guardians of the Wills. I am Bryce, along with my other Guardian of the Will.
Hello, I'm Mike Delacard or Delatorre, and I'm the second Guardian of the Will, joining Bryce today.
And somewhere probably in Disneyland is our third Musketeer, Jonathan Chiato. So hope to have him back soon. But we are hyping up Phase 2 of the High Republic. October kicks off a awesome month for comics and books. Getting into Phase 2, which starts at 382 BBY. So we are definitely going back in time here. Kicking off, just to let you guys know a little bit about how we're going to be going forward. We're going to try to get these things done a little bit faster with our reviews, so they're a little bit more fresh and in your mind. And we're going to kick that off with the very first Star Wars The High Republic #1, written by none other than Cavan Scott. That's slated to come out October 12th. And Mike, do you want to give us a little kickoff on what to expect with this book?
Sure thing. So now remember, once they come out, we will be giving a good review of each individual comic. But for today, we're just gonna briefly go through all the covers. And here you see the first cover, and there are some variants down there. Really excited. We'll get more into details on the variants later. But I wanted to flip through all the issues. And so it starts with a new chapter begins for the Star Wars The High Republic. So it's 150 years before the fall of Starlight. And so it's a little like mimicking what happened with the Star Wars films, the original trilogy, followed by the prequel trilogy, and then followed by the sequel trilogy. The Phase 2 is now like a prequel trilogy to the High Republic. And here's the first cover. And you see the Jedi looking very stoic. This is issue number 2. Here's issue number 3. So we can see a lot of stuff going on. Ooh, I've got one right there. And then issue number 4, which I believe is the last issue. Is that correct, Bryce?
No, this is going to be the ongoing series. I don't think they've revealed all the cover art for all of them. I think there's only the first 4 or 5 issues that they've released some cover art for. I believe through maybe January, I believe is what
this was January 4th. Yep. January 4th.
So I think anything out past January, like dates are subject to change, cover art's not final, everything like that. So we just got the first 4. Really excited again that we're going to be diving back into the High Republic. Getting familiar. Obviously, the books are going to see a lot of different writers. The comics are actually going to see the same writers that we've been seeing. Cavan Scott, we've seen in the High Republic. Charles Soule, we've seen the High Republic, and Daniel Jose Alder, we've seen writing as well. So the comics are blessed with some really cool authors, the originators, the innovators of the High Republic, the ones that have been putting this content together since 2019, I believe, is when we first heard about this in Celebration Chicago. So really excited to get into the second phase.
And it also adds to the connectivity of all the books and comics. All the media is being tied together very closely. So when you get a very different experience than what we got for the films, they were kind of disconnected because they were not really controlled or written in the same way at the same time. So a lot of connectivity here, and I love that.
Yeah, a lot of character crossovers. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So you want to jump over to the next comic?
Yeah. So the next comic, this one I do know from hearing Charles will talk about this. This is one that he was really excited to do. Obviously, he did the Marchion Row two series comic that we're still going to review at a later date and put in front of you guys. We haven't forgot about that set of comics, but this is The Blade. This is all about Porter Engle. Originally thought to be a 2-part comic, just like the Marchion Row. This is actually going to go 4, and that kicks off November 2nd. So really excited.
November 9th up here. So,
9th. Okay, I see.
November 9th. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Fact checker.
Yeah.
Get it.
And I'm real excited for this because if you recall, if you go back to our previous, one of our early reviews of the comics, Jonathan Kiato had actually said, wouldn't it be cool if we got a backstory for
Yes.
this Jedi? And
Yeah.
so he had always wanted that. And then lo and behold, when we went to Celebration, that was dropped on us as a surprise, and we're super excited.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
he
know
came out of his
Jonathan's,
seat. Yeah, I
yeah,
think he came out of his seat on that one.
yeah. So here's the first cover. There's one variant there. It's going to be a couple more.
And I think we got the first 3.
Second cover. It's looking a little bit older.
Interesting character. I think we first learned about him in Light of the Jedi, the Charles Soule novel. So fitting that he's writing the comic.
Third cover here. Yep. So 3 covers out so far through January.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a
really good.
Common theme.
Yep. And then moving on to a third release after The Blade, which is our
now
November release.
Yes. Now getting back, Dark Horse making their return to Star Wars comics. Not that IDW did a bad job. I thought the High Republic adventures that Dark Horse put out, or IDW put out, were great. Written by Jose Daniel Alder. Guess what? This one's also written by Daniel Jose Alder, which is fantastic. And following people that we have already known and seen in the previous Phase 1 High Republic Adventures comic, none other than Sav Maligan and Maz Kanata. And I know, Mike, you really loved this series in Phase 1.
I do. I love the adventure series. Yep. And I just like the way that it's written more for younger children, but really enjoyable for older adults as well. And Maz Kanata, a pirate, love it. You know, it's going to be like, when I see Pirate and Maz Kanata, it just gives me these whole Hondo Onaka feel. You know, so let's see what happens with Maz. And let's go through these covers. Here's the first cover, which is November 30th, end of the month. And then we go on to cover coming soon, which gets us through end of December. And that's the end.
Yep. Yeah, very cool. Very excited to be diving back into that. Super cool that Dark Horse is back. I love this cover. I'm going to say something right now. When I first saw this cover, I'm like, that looks like Vernestra Rowe, but it's not, because it's 382 BBY. She's not around yet.
She's not born yet.
Yeah. So this is really cool. This is also only going to be 8 issues. So this is actually just going to be a mini series for Dark Horse, and we can't wait to dive into this one and really love Daniel Jose Alder's writing in these books. So looking forward to continuing those stories.
And then the last of the releases is this Nameless Terror. This comes out, releases December 28th.
And this looks, from everything that I've seen, doesn't look like this is going to be like a limited series. This sounds like this is going to be Dark Horse's main book. It's just going to pick up a little bit later in the story with that December release. And this one, super excited, because I've read books, never read comic from George Mann. So super excited, George Mann jumping in, doing this comic writing. So I think this is going to be really, really cool. I've enjoyed if you ever seen like his myths and legends, and was it Life Day Treasury, Mike? Is that the other one that
I believe so.
And then there's the Dark Side one. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of it is.
Yeah, and remember, Daniel Jose Alder had never written comics either. So he did the transition from books to comics, and his comic series is fantastic. So I have nothing but good feelings for this. I'm here for it. Can't wait for it. It's going to be fun to bring these to you. I'm just so excited about all the Star Wars stuff coming out.
Yeah, very cool. Again, we're really excited to jumping back in with Phase 2, and we'll still give you those few Phase 1 series that we didn't have a chance to review. Like again, the Markion Row and
Trail of Shadows,
Monster Temple Peak. We plan on getting those out on the YouTube channel as well. But we're super excited for Phase 2. Can't wait to review these comics with you guys.
Yep. And I've got some new ideas for the future. So once we iron those out, I think you're going to have a different feel and look for our show, and really excited for things to come.
And look for special guests along the way.
Exactly.
So we stay tuned. we got some cool things in the works, and the Jedi archives going, and are going to go out in 22 with a bang, and we're going to continue that into 2023 with phase 2 of the High Republic.
So thanks for joining us again, and remember to follow us and like us on YouTube channel, also our Twitter account and our Instagram, as well as our Facebook page.
Also, don't forget, we do have our partner pages besides Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. We have Star Wars Book Nerds, which both of us are members of, and we have the Star Wars Comic Book Club, which we're both members of, and I happen to be the admin of that page. So hopefully there's something there for everybody. So if you're not part of those pages, we look
Come join us.
Join. All right, thank you, guys.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.